Welcome to your new favorite show. Turn us up, streaming live, and let's go. We are Top Shelf. With your host Big V and my main man Zach, and me Danny Slab. Yeah, I'm on the tracks. Top Shelf. We're gonna show you how to grow. Top Shelf. Test the strains and let you know what's Top Shelf. Understand the terpenes and get them. Top Shelf. Take it all from a seed and grow them. Top Shelf. So much we're gonna do on the show. Contests, sweet guests, and even comedy, bro. This is Top Shelf. You can ask any question, you don't have to watch live. Just visit our sites and heed our advice.
There you go.
Can you hear us?
Is that better? Are we good?
Can you guys hear us now?
Can you hear me now?
Woo! All right. Sorry about that, guys.
I'm not. Shit happens.
Now, let's dab in.
I already dabbed in. I'm still dabbing. Yabba dabba do.
Kind of missed my chance. All right. Live, you guys can finally hear us.
All right, cool. I love these cold dabs. I love them. Woo! So cool, man. I hope everybody's having a great week. It's only Tuesday, but we're almost a third of the way there.
Almost.
Tomorrow's hump day.
Hump day.
Hey, everybody, please go and share this with somebody that might enjoy it, or to a group you think might like it. Help us out and share it. Get us out there, man. Yeah, man. How's your week been?
Busy week.
What you been doing?
Oh, well.
Talk about it, Zach.
We got to check out finally got to go see an event. We'll get into more later on that one, but got a new machine built so we can bring a little more editing and a little more videos to you guys.
Yeah, man.
It is
Working on that editing.
Oh, it is a blast. This new machine's something else.
Good grief. So it's been a pretty boy, I can't get that out of my lungs. It's been a pretty good week, and had a lot of cool stuff go on. Like you said, we got out there to the event. I know everybody is loving the fact that we had something to do this Saturday. Give us a shout, a hell yeah, if you guys went to the Irish Fest this weekend. Let us know how many of our viewers here were at the Irish Fest.
We got to see some of you.
Yeah, we got to see a lot of you. Actually, I got to finally put the face with the name and we elbow bumped and things like that because we're still not shaking hands. So that was a lot of fun. So anyway, yeah, I hope everybody's having a kick-ass week. We're, as far as any announcements we still got the Grow It Forward 2021. giveaway going on. Now, we have changed the giveaway date.
Yes. For a reason.
For a reason. So, it's just, we moved it back just a couple weeks because we, at Happy Rock Farms, we've decided in collaboration with them, Top Shelf and Happy Rock Farms, we're gonna do a B420 celebration. So yeah, and so we're inviting everybody out. We're gonna have vendors there. We're gonna have a food truck. I'm not gonna say who it is yet because we don't have it set in stone as far as who all is gonna be there. But we got a lot of people, a lot of your favorites that are gonna be there. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. And just a hint, it's going to be on private property with no public access.
Yep.
So if you know what that means, come out and join us and sesh with us. We're gonna have a good time, a lot of giveaways. We're gonna do a lot of fun stuff. I'm gonna be giving a little workshop on organic growing. It's not gonna go too deep, but it's, you know, it's gonna be just a little bit of basic organics. So
Sierra, that is 317 at Happy Rock Farms.
417.
417. I don't know why I said 317. Because we're in the 3.
We're already past 317, man. You're living in the past, Zach.
That was a good dab.
That's what I keep trying to tell you, man. Come up to the. So yeah, so that's happening. What else is happening, man? We got some stuff going on. We got more events happening.
We on 420. We have the Nasty 420.
The Nasty 420.
Got a music concert. Got vendors on site. Should be fun to be put on by Nasty Glass and Grow Supply.
Yeah.
And the Dabbing Daddies.
Right on.
Knob Noster, Missouri. Ticket started about $30 a ticket. So.
And if you don't know where Knob Noster is between Warrensburg and Whiteman Air Force Base on 50 Highway, basically. It's just about probably 15 miles west or east of Warrensburg. So it's not too far from Kansas City. Well, from here, it's about an hour and 10 minutes.
Yep.
From Independence, it's probably about 50 minutes,
Yeah,
60
not too
minutes,
far.
so something like that. So it's not too far of a drive, and it sounds like it's gonna be a hell of a good time.
Yeah, and
So-
Rob, if you're talking about the B420 event, how you gain access is you show up.
You show up, that's
There is
it.
Free entry. No, you just show up and
Yep.
come enjoy the time.
It's a community celebration and mixer. So we're gonna be mixing and mingling and saying, hey, what's up? Hey, pound it.
Putting some faces to
boom,
names.
yeah, giving some love, all that good stuff, you know. So that's what we're gonna be doing out there. That's all. So just show up, man. Show up, and I always like it when people come and, you know, show the vendors a lot of love. So
Yeah.
that's always good. So yeah, so we got some cool stuff coming up, and we're gonna keep bringing it to you as we get it, and you know, so yeah.
There's also coming up here soon, April 1st in Rolla. There is an Afro Man concert.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to go check out Afro Man, he's in
Rolla, Missouri.
It's being put on by Peace of Mind and Colorful
Vibes. Colorful Vibes.
Dyslexia coming out of me. I'm reading them backwards.
Colorful Vibes is a smoke shop, kind of. They're getting into selling some grow equipment, so they definitely have some dank over there. If I can give a shameless plug there. So if you're out by Rolla and you've been bugging to get some dank, go see the boys down at Colorful Vibes. They'll get you hooked up. And they're putting on this show, and Waxy Brown's going to be there, and all
Waxy
that.
Brown, I saw him on here earlier.
What's up,
Waxy's
dog?
here with us.
So yeah, so that's going to be a really cool show, and we'll just wait to see what manifests after that. I have a feeling that we are going to have a kick-ass summer, people, because we're all tired of being locked up, I guarantee it. And everybody's itching to get out, man. I'm going to tell you, you know, talking about the Hyros Fest just a little bit, and you know, it was a great, sorry, the dab's kicking in. It was a great turnout, you know. There were a lot of people there, and it was great to see everybody there, and the vibe was just so good. And I'm gonna give a shout out to your motherfucking boy, Levon, for holding down the fort and doing a great job keeping house there. Hey, thanks, Ricky.
Yeah.
I get a lot of people like this shirt, man. They're hard to find, I guess.
Yeah, it was a good vibe.
It was a great show. It makes me look forward to what's going on this summer. So anyway, you know what? I think we have a review, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
A couple weeks ago, you did a review on root beer.
Yep, we did the Keef root beer. So they came out recently with a strawberry kiwi 200 milligram. So I was like, well, I did the 100 milligram, I got to do the 200 milligram. So we've got a nice little Keef review here for you, or edible review. For you guys here. So go ahead and enjoy if you want to bring that up, Dave.
Real quick. No, go ahead.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Zach with Top Shelf. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Keef Life H2O Kiwi Strawberry. It's a pretty interesting little drink. They've got it down to calories down really low. It's down to 50 calories for the entire container, or was that
it's okay, dude.
5 calories per dose. So that's pretty crazy. 1.3 total carbs for the entire bottle. 1.2 grams of sugar. These bottles come with these little serving caps, and looks like a little over 2 of these is 1 dose. The bottle says 35 milligrams. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pour it over a little glass of ice. The kids got me this for Christmas, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this here. We're gonna pour it over a little glass of ice. See what it looks like. Oh, almost perfect. So it's clear. It doesn't really look like water like they say it is, but let's give it a little taste. Very good. Very light. Tastes almost like a Propel, which is pretty cool. So those are always good to drink. So the whole bottle, they claim to have 191 milligrams of THC per bottle, which there's 10 servings per dose, which makes each serving about 19 milligrams. 0 CBD, CBDA. There is 4 milligrams of CBD in though, which is pretty cool. So they're starting to get those up. Cost for these, roughly about $40 a bottle, give or take, depending on the dispensary you go to and the taxes they have. So really not bad. It's a lot easier to drink than that root beer, that's for sure. But you could always add these. Take your morning coffee. I don't know if you like any fruit or whatever fruity flavor in your coffee, but add this to your coffee or your mixed drink or something like that. You don't have to drink it straight like this, but it isn't bad drinking it like this either. So there it is. So we'll let you know how it is here in a few minutes. So in the meantime, while we sit and hang out, wait and see how it feels, I'm gonna edit some videos for the next show. So I was checking some stuff out, guys, and I found out some interesting stuff about Keef. So last year they sold over 1 million products last year, which is pretty cool, to hear that a cannabis company is selling a million products in a year. Their first product was a 5-hour energy style, a healthy 5-hour energy style shot that was kind of like a full Keef drink, but it was just in a shot. So it would have been pretty cool if we can get something like that in the market in the future. They're actually working right now with a former Blue Moon brewer to make a non-alcoholic THC beer. So once they get the recipe and everything on that down, that might be something that might be interesting to try. I don't know if it's going to be a regular thing. I can't imagine a cannabis beer. Beer is an acquired taste, so I have a feeling that would be a extra acquired taste. But that's something that they're working on, who knows, it might hit the Missouri market one day. Some other cool stuff I found out was the reason, so smoking cannabis, you absorb the most cannabinoids than any other method of consuming cannabis. That's including THC. The reason why some people will take an edible, a small dose edible, and feel it a lot more is you might absorb more of that THC, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to metabolize it the same way. When you're using edibles, you're metabolizing that THC a lot differently. It's going through your liver and it's running through your body a lot different than if you're inhaling it through your lungs. So that's why some people will have those quite a bit different experiences on edibles. For me, it's my tolerance, like I brought up in the last one, my tolerance is pretty high. I drank the entire 200 milligrams, and I'm feeling it. It is a little uplifting, energetic. I kind of feel like doing stuff. I've been sitting here editing videos and stuff for our next show, so it's kind of an energetic, but at the same time, I'm relaxed. I'm feeling good. I'm not ready to pass out, at least yet. I'm about an hour in, so it's a very good drink. I think would be a good drink during the day. It's not a put you to bed kind of drink or anything like that. Even though I'm sure I'm going to sleep good tonight, but we shall see. Maybe I'll add a little bit of that to the end. So I've been working pretty good today, helping mix up the dirt, the dank, and working on the house. We're putting in some floating hardwood floors. Taking that drink, I was actually really surprised how much it took the pain away. With smoking, it usually does help a lot, but it doesn't usually completely take it away. And right now, I'm feeling fine. Helping my knee pain and everything, my shoulder pain. I'll give it that. It did take the full bottle for me. So, for me, one dose is a full bottle, and $40 a bottle, it's a little much. But if one or two doses for you is all you need, it's a little more cost effective, but it's still, it's better than flower prices, but it is still up there. So they still need to work on that. Flavor wise, it's on point. I thought it would taste pretty good. Obviously you can tell by my eyes, I'm definitely feeling it. Morning number 2. It was all right. I slept pretty good. Kind of woke up with a little bit of a edible hangover, I guess you could say, a little bit of a headache. But other than that, it was all right. I'd give the whole drink, let's say a 6 out of 10. It was decent. Price was a little high, but drink itself was pretty decent. I felt it. Taste, give about a 9 out of 10. Taste was right on point. Let's see, the effects. Keef root beer that I did a couple weeks ago, I actually felt more off of. So the fact that this was a double the THC and I didn't feel quite as much, it's kind of let me down. So I'll rate that one a 6. Obviously, the health-wise, it's very, very low sugar, all that stuff. So we got to give that like a 9 compared to them root beers with 31 grams of sugar. I mean, if you're gonna get a drink and you want to stay healthy, definitely get one of those kind of drinks. So, all right, you guys take it easy. Stay lifted.
Oh man, dude, nice review, bro.
Thank you. It was
Nice review.
It was definitely fun doing it. I'm still learning, as you can tell, but we'll get them down, get them all
Oh,
good.
dude, shit, that was nice, man. Good job, man.
Thank you.
All new to this stuff, so yeah.
Oh man.
Tell us a little bit about it, man. Give us some live version.
It was a great drink. I still can't get over the calories and stuff, dude. It's got like 1.3 grams of sugar for the entire thing versus those sodas that are like 31,
Right.
40.
Yeah, because that's not a soda, that's a water. I mean, if you remember, I had one of those way back in the beginning, and kind of talked about it a little bit, but
they're closer to like a Propel than it's not quite a water, it's closer to a Propel, but they were still really good. I didn't feel like over sugar or nothing like that afterwards.
I just went
It is time.
Okay, we've been interrupted.
So it looks like we could do a seed
Time for a seed giveaway.
Oh, we
getting crazy in here.
JD James Dean for the
JD
win.
James Dean, are you here, JD?
JD.
You got some
Yeah.
probably fire genetics.
Lemon Fugo?
Lemon Fugo Haze F2. So right on, man. Probably
Yeah.
fire genetics, okay? This is a guy, and I'm not going to go too deep with it, but he cares about what he's doing. He's local. He's right around this area here in Kansas City. Just a little hint. The Alien OG, that was the first plant to make it into my stable in a while and find a home there. Right up next to the Bee Cookies and the LA Pure and the Fruity Pebble OG and my Purple Kush. Those four were the main anchors. And the Alien OG that I have, that I have incorporated into now I have 5 anchors in my garden, came from Probably Fire Genetics.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was one of his F2s also. So yeah, that's gonna definitely, whoever, James, you're getting some good stuff here. So
Yeah.
if anybody knows him, tag him so that he can get on here, tell him he won some beans. He has 24 hours to send us a message, this time tomorrow, to send us a message on our Facebook page, and get us his information so that we can make sure he gets these beans. So help him out, tag him, and do that. So
So we do have, I did go out, the buzz kind of going around.
yeah,
Carts are out. So-
parts are out.
We went out, let's see if I can get this open. There we go.
That's because, they're out. Oh, they're available now. I
Yeah.
thought you meant they're out of style, yeah.
Yeah. Well, with these prices, they won't be last very long in style.
Oh God, you're one of those. You're gonna
is.
bitch about the price, right?
Hey, you got to. $80 for a little half gram.
Oh, but you get the pen with it,
You get the pen, but you get this, not even rechargeable. So hopefully you use all the juice in there before the battery's dead. But at a half gram, I'm betting you probably do. So I haven't tried it at all, so I figured while we're doing our next little segment, I'd sit and puff on it, and we'll talk about it towards the end of the show.
Well, you puff on that, and I'll puff on the Bee Cookies over
There
here
we
in
go.
my Mighty Vape.
Although I will say I'd rather be puffing on the Bee's cookies too, but
How do you
looking
know?
good.
Anyway,
Oh.
I do not like this better than my PAX, I will tell you that. My PAX 3, I use it all the time. This is not my go-to. This is my second, my spare. I think my PAX is being used, but the Mighty, it's a good vape. So I bought it because it has interchangeable deals in here. So, and you can pack a bunch of them and take them with you, and it's like having a little dry herb cartridge. So yeah, that's why I got that. So
Cherry
and
pie.
I can't smoke. That's cherry pie.
Cherry pie, it actually tastes pretty good, I'll give it that. 78% THC.
Well, here's what's cool. If everything works out right, we're gonna have somebody here next week, and I'm not gonna say who it is right now, but it's kind of their field is extracts and concentrates and stuff like that. So we're gonna talk a lot about this stuff and talk about the terpenes, and because a lot of this stuff they actually add terpenes into it because it's refined down so much. There's really not many flavonoids left, so they actually put terpenes back into it. So.
Sheila, I'm smoking the Sensi cannabis cartridge from Green Light.
Green Light.
Green Light.
From one of those green places.
It is a half gram cartridge, 78% THC. So you can be getting a Green Light. I don't know if there's still any available, but they went on the market a couple days ago.
And they're freaking $80
Yeah,
for half a
$80.
gram, and I guarantee you that it's no more powerful than a joint because it's mostly going to be the viscosity vehicle for the anyway.
Right. Yeah, it tastes good.
So we have our new segment that we're doing, Ask Top Shelf.
Yes, we do.
So what do we got? Here's the thing. Today, we usually try to do 2 questions. But today we have one question that's a good question, and it's a 2-part question. So we're just going to do one question in 2 parts.
Yep. So the question we have today, the first part of the question, we'll get to the second part later, but we're just going to tackle the first one today because it is a large question. First part of the question is, what are the main differences between the different growing methods? So that is a very, very broad question. So
Who asked that question?
we have Jordan M. Raymore, or Jordan M. from Raymore, Missouri.
Jordan M. from Raymore. Okay, so basically he's asking what are the main differences in the different methods of growing. So first thing we have to do is break down the different methods of growing. So in a nutshell, we've got hydroponics, we've got soil, and soilless.
Right. And then variations of either one.
Right, and then, yeah, and then under that, there's a whole lot of subcategories that go with that. The main differences in those methods of growing is hydroponics, the roots, whether they're, you know, the initial plant is supported with like rock wool or lava rock sometimes, large, huge, chunky perlite, some sort of medium, or I hate to say hydrotron pellets, but a lot of people use them, a lot of people like them. And then, you know, did I say rock wool cubes?
Yes.
Okay, and then the roots are left to linger, and depending on the type of hydroponic it is, they are, you know, you can go flood and drain or whatever, but the roots are basically left out in the air and kept damp so they don't dry out, so that they can absorb as much oxygen as possible, and then the plant is fed directly through a nutrient solution.
Right.
That is either flooded into the reservoir and drained, or it's a deep water culture type of grow. But the main thing about that is it's grown without any medium other than a few little rock wool pellets. Basically, the nutrient solution is the medium. The next one would be soil.
Yeah, which has a lot of stuff.
Soil is, yeah, it has compost in it. Generally, it has nutrients mixed in. It's got, you know, if it's a good soil, it's going to have, you know, different types of minerals and stuff like that in it.
Right.
And so it is, it's a mineral and nutrient rich medium
Right.
that you put your plant in, and it grows in. It's
Right.
dirt, it's soil, well, not dirt, I'm sorry, but it's soil, you got that.
Right.
Okay, so now, then you have the soilless. Well, isn't hydroponic soilless? Soilless is kind of a catalyst, or kind of a, good grief. Soilless is kind of like a hybrid
Right.
between hydroponics and soil.
Exactly.
It's a medium, usually it's going to be cocoa coir, it's going to be peat moss, it's going to be a mixture of the two, or it's going to be, and they're going to have some perlite probably mixed in with them.
Right.
To loosen them up or whatever, or some volcanic pumice, some sort of aggregate. And it is completely inert medium. It doesn't have any nutrients or minerals or anything in it, and everything that you're going to feed that plant, because you're feeding the plant at this point, you're going to be feeding it a salt-based nutrient. And there are ways to grow organic in soil and the soilless. So you can grow organic in cocoa and stuff like that. But those are the main differences. The soilless has to be watered. Once you get well into bloom, it's going to be watered a couple times a day, and it drains off. And your roots are basically there in a dry environment. Well, it's a moist environment, but there is absolutely no retained water.
Yeah.
So the roots are there and able to have access to more oxygen and whatnot. So basically, those in a nutshell are the differences, the main differences between the different types of medium. So, and the next question that we have is about how do you figure out
Which is the best?
which is the best for you. And we're going to go into that here in a little bit, but we've got something else tonight, and we're a little behind schedule.
Yeah.
No, we're right on
Yeah, right
schedule,
on
hell.
schedule.
You gotta love it when shit works out like, or when stuff
Stuff
works out like that. So anyway, yeah, so we got a new, and I'm excited about this, okay? We got a new segment. It's called, it's gonna be, Top Shelf. Yeah, I am, man. It's gonna be, I got it written down here some fucking place, man. Weekly update.
Yeah.
Top Shelf Weekly Update with Stuart Wells. And, we can just go ahead and go to that.
Yep. So,
All right, so that's what it is. It's Top Shelf's Weekly Update with Stuart Wells.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the
There you go.
Update.
Yeah!
All right, getting right into the headlines here. Marijuana Moment reports that the SAFE Banking Act is alive and well in Congress after being reintroduced in the House of Representatives. The SAFE Act is the Secure and Fair Banking Act, would ensure that financial institutions can take on cannabis business clients without facing federal penalty. What a novel concept.
Yeah.
It's about time. Also in the news this past week was the report that DHSS has begun revoking licenses for cannabis-related businesses that have failed to meet the commencement deadline set by the state. Well, they should have hurried up. Many companies have been granted extensions, citing COVID as the reason for some cases a year-long delay. This reporter thinks that those companies should shit or get off of the pot, if you will. All right, moving on.
Maybe they need to get on the pot,
Yeah,
Stuart.
well, you know, whatever works for them. In other news, the Biden administration reportedly asked White House staff to resign or otherwise be punished for past marijuana usage. A response that one congresswoman describes as antiquated, and I happen to agree with her. Oh, in case you missed it, this month was Strain Madness. It's like March Madness, but for strains. Hope everybody's got your brackets ready to go and all filled out. The strain with the most votes was, drum roll, OG Kush with 5,179
Yeah, baby.
votes. Coming in dead last was Mac, or Miracle Alien Cookies. Very sad for them. They only got 817 votes. So simply put,
We're a little dry.
OG Kush dominated the competition.
Yeah, baby.
In a landslide last week, the Colorado Senate voted and passed a bill that would allow school nurses to administer medical cannabis to students in non-smokable forms.
Yeah.
Way to go, Colorado. Oh, well, sadly today, we have some sad news from Indiana. A van carrying more than 1,000 pounds of cannabis with an estimated street value of reportedly $5.5 to $8.5 million during a routine traffic stop. I guess it depends on how good of a friend you are if you get it for 5.5 or 8.5. So, I mean, you know, why such a big range? I don't know. Anyway, so that was a little sad. So I'll leave you on a positive note. As we all know, the amazing Irish Fest was this weekend. It was such a great event, and I love how it brought everyone together. Big shout out to anyone who helped make that a success. Big V and Zach were live on scene, and we've got some highlights here to show you. And that's all from me, Canna Fam, and I hope to see you next week.
Yeah. Good job, Stuart.
hey guys, what's going on? It's Zach with Top Shelf. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Keef Life H2O Kiwi Strawberry. It's a pretty interesting little drink. They've got it down to
Here we are.
There we go. Sorry
Yeah,
about
see what
that.
happens when everybody on set's stoned? I
We'll
mean,
get it
heavily
figured out.
medicated? Sorry, guys. So we were talking about some stuff,
Yeah.
but I can't remember what it was.
Thorsberry. We're talking about Thorsberry.
Thorsberry.
That's why we're messing up, is because of the Thorsberry.
Yeah, because he smoked too many cones before the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, hey, the festival was really cool, so,
Yeah.
we've met a lot of cool people, and we already talked about it at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
But, we just can't wait to get out there and get going and mingle and be a part of a community and bring this
Yes.
place where it should have been before we got
Lockdown.
shut down by the man.
Got grounded.
Yeah, we did. We got grounded. We've been bad. So, okay, question part 2. Let's talk about this stuff. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Oh, now you see why I never became a famous singer. So, what's the second part of the question, Zach?
The second part of the question is, how do you decide which method is best for you? Now, I mean, that is a tricky question because it really depends on a lot of aspects.
Yep, there's a lot to
Budget,
think about.
your space, there's a lot to it.
Well, if you're wanting to talk about which method is best for you, whether there's the first part of the question or the second part of the question is one better than the other, and
Yeah.
the first question here is one better than the other. I want to talk about that first.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. You know, I have my preference, and I think everybody's aware that I prefer organic gardening. I don't care whether you're growing in living soil. I don't care whether you're growing in a performance soil. I don't care if you use advanced nutrients, organic line they've come out with, or some other bottled nutrient, or a dry fertilizer like Fox Farm tomato and veg, and or their Happy Frog line, you know, the fruit and flower and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't care what you're using. You know, you can grow good organic nug and grow it fairly easily and fairly cost effective. Okay, and that is my preference, is growing organically, because the terpene profiles are off the charts. And you know, over the years I have grown hydroponically, I've grown in deep water culture, I've grown in undercurrent, you know, and so I've experimented both in hydroponics, in soil. I've grown with salt nutrients, I've grown in living soil, I've grown in performance organics. So I've done a lot of growing in different types, because I'm one of those guys that at first I really just liked the whole aspect of all the different ways to grow.
That's me right now. I am
Yeah.
growing in all
Yeah, dude.
different ways.
And I encourage that, okay? I mean, I encourage you. Now, as far as choosing what method is best, I like organics, okay? But what's best for me might not be best for you, and there's a whole lot. Stuart brought up a good point earlier. You know, some people have a lot of limitations, and
Yeah.
there are other factors that will weigh in on whether or not, you know, what you're doing and how you're growing, whether that's your exact preferred method or if that's just kind of what you have to do with. You know what I mean? So,
You might not be able to lug around those big bags of soil, whereas you get
Yeah,
a
you
water
get 'em.
pump
Yeah.
and you can run hydro and not have to really lift anything.
right, and you know, my main problem with hydro is, you know, when you wash the newts down the drain, you're polluting that,
Right.
the ecosystem. So, but that's your personal choice to do that or not. But to decide, yeah, and to figure out what your best method is you have to figure out what, you know, are you looking for ease? Are you looking for a hands-off approach? Do you want the absolute best quality? Do you just want to grow for yield and, you know, get the big fat buds? You know,
Are you broke and trying on a budget?
Right.
I mean, all that
Does your space allow, what kind of lights are you gonna grow with? There are a lot of things that factor in, and the best way to decide the best method for you is to just experiment.
Yeah, try it out.
And figure out what your budget is and go from there, and then you can figure out how you want to grow. Do you want to use LEDs? There's so much that factors into it, because I'm telling you, I've recently changed from HID to LEDs, and it's a completely there's a lot of learning curve there. It's a little bit different growing under LEDs than it is the HIDs. So but the experimentation is the main part of the fun of this, and I encourage experimentation. I used to love growing in deep water culture. I would get as close to organic as I could in deep water culture, and it got to the point to where sometimes I was going down once a day and changing air stones, and I learned how to clean them. I'd go swap my air stones out because they would get caked with organic. Bioculture, but root rot, it's hard. Yeah,
it is difficult, but I will say it is kind of fun with being able to, your roots, just how after you harvest and stuff, you have that big root ball that is just perfectly clean. And
one time I pulled my roots up out of my 5-gallon bucket, and they were in the shape of the 5-gallon bucket.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, most of the time, they were kind of like 3/4 there, but these were packed so hard on this grow, and it was pretty cool. So there's it's a lot of fun experimenting, and I encourage it. So that's the only way you're going to find the best method. And to say there is a best method, then
that debate's been going on for a long time.
I mean, there's no way. And I know people who are in hydroponics and they are on their game, and I don't think that you could tell the difference between their bud and organic unless you did a chemical breakdown. Right. So, and that's the only way you could tell, because our senses wouldn't know it,
right.
Because you can grow really good medicine, and it's more about, once you get the balance of nutrients down, it's more about, the actual letting the plant do what it's designed to do, and taking it to its fullest potential. And that's what it's all about. So, but you have to figure out exactly what the best method is for you. And there's so many different ways to do it. And so there's a lot of experimentation going on. So,
Yeah.
Cool.
Good stuff.
Right on, man. Good.
It's all about just playing it and finding what you enjoy to do. Like we were saying, I've been growing for almost a year and a half now, and I grow in all 3 methods. I've got the dank, I've got your basic soil with salt nutrients, and I've got hydroponics, and just playing to see which one I like more. I'm definitely leaning more towards the organics myself, but it's really cool being able to play with all 3 and seeing what the difference, because there is a difference in just the structure. You can grow this the same cut from the same mother, one in hydroponic and one in organic, and they're going to be 2 different plants growing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the thing about that is, you can grow a plant in your atmosphere and under your lights, and I can grow the same cutting in my atmosphere under my lights, and we could have 2 different plants.
Yeah.
Because atmosphere has a lot to do with the way the plants grow. The different lighting that it's under has a lot to do with the way the plants grow. So you can have 2 completely different plants under different conditions, and they're the same exact cutting. So that's what's fun about this stuff, man.
It looks like we got some South Dakota in the house.
I think we got a question over here, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Big V, do you percolate the tea? It's hard for me to read with the lights in my face, so when I'm squinting and seeing, that's all. Hey, Big V, do you percolate the tea recipe you got? And if so, how long?
Well,
Scott Withrow, yes, I do percolate my tea recipe. I think he's asking about my tea recipe that I have on the. Am I right, Scott? Are you asking about my tea recipe that I have on my group? If so, yes, I do percolate that, and I percolate that for anywhere between 24 and 48 hours, depending on my schedule. So
now hold on though. That's for his tea. Now, if you're using cultured biologics,
Yeah, the cultured
they
biologics,
don't.
yeah.
That's an easy tea and it's
Yeah.
instant.
Yeah,
And if you,
right, so-
if you go log into their site and you use code Top Shelf, you get a little discount on their
yeah,
cultured
the
biologics.
cultured biologics.
So if you're looking, if that's what you're asking about, Scott, check them out. Okay, so yeah, he was talking about your tea.
Yep, and I definitely percolate that, and you know,
Yes.
there's a window there, and so you'll learn where it's best at, but as long as you don't go over 48 hours, you shouldn't get anything going on that shouldn't be, so, yeah,
Good stuff.
I'm dry mouth, man. Right on, so, I think, what? So what? Are you stoned,
I
Zach?
am stoned, and I had something, but it like disappeared.
It just went,
as
boom.
quick as it came, it left.
There it is. Now it's
So,
gone. It was there, and then it was
I was
gone.
puffing on this and the dab in. Yeah.
When you're down, stare at a clown. What was that? What movie was that from? When you're down, stare at a clown. Who's got that?
Oh,
Who's got that? When you're down, stare at a clown. Whoever gets that up there first. When you're down, stare at a clown.
that's gonna get me because now I can't. I'll peek that. Okay, he's still talking about the mix. I don't know. It'll pop in my head probably on the way home if no one comes up with it. But I know what movie you're talking about. I just can't place it.
Well, I'm going to give another clue here in just a second. Nobody's getting it.
Somebody's gonna get it.
Somebody's got to get it. When you're down, keep
There's
track. When you're down, stare at a clown.
Oh, I know what it's from.
You know what it's from? Don't
Yeah,
say it.
I know what
Write
it's
it down
from.
right there. Write it down. So the next clown. Sheila got it. I was about ready to give another clue.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
It was. Okay. I thought it was in the It movie too.
No, that was Joe Dirt.
Was it?
Yeah,
Dirt?
Joe Dirt. Remember when he met his parents?
Oh yeah, that's right.
They were gonna,
Okay.
they had their business, their new business
Richard
adventure, and they were what the hell? They were gonna sell clowns.
Yes,
They were
that's
selling like glass
Ceramic.
clown, yeah, ceramic clowns. And when you're down, stare at a clown. Anyway, yeah, I know that's one of those things. What's your favorite stoner movie?
There we go.
I mean,
That's a
yeah,
good one.
let's talk about that. What's your favorite stoner movie?
Now all the
Everybody?
Joe Dirts are
Now all the
coming.
Joe Dirts are coming.
So to us, it looks like everybody's favorite stoner movie is Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt. Is that really a stoner movie?
I don't
Is
think-
Joe
I think
Dirt
it's
really
just-
a stoner movie?
I think it's just a slapstick comedy.
Is Joe Dirt a stoner movie, Stuart?
I think it's more of a cult classic.
Cult classic.
There
Yeah,
you go.
yeah. David Spade. Yeah,
It's hilarious.
it is funny as shit. Half baked.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
good one.
I like that one.
Up in
Up in
Smoke.
Smoke is always. I still watch that shit. I'll be like, hey, you know what? Let's watch Up in Smoke. Nice Dreams, all the Cheech and Chong, man. Those
What was
guys
the
are
high
up.
school one with Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg where they went back to high school?
Fuck, I don't know.
They did one I watched it the other day. It was fun.
That wasn't Half Baked. was it?
No. But
Grandma's Boy. Friday. I love Friday, dude.
I don't know.
We were just talking about Friday earlier, man. I was saying we should do a skit where
Grandma's Boy.
Trey
yes.
knocked out Debo.
All right.
And then fuck, you got knocked the fuck out.
Well, what's funny is I watch these movies now, being a grower myself now, and knowing some of these logos and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
You watch these movies now, and you're like, hey, I know what that is now.
Right.
You know? You see the bottles of nutrients sitting in the background, and you know what nutrients those are. It's interesting. Breakfast Club. Is that a stoner's movie?
Yeah,
That
it
a
is.
good movie.
The chick cannot hold his smoke, and that's what it is. Don't you remember the whole?
I
One of the
movie.
big things of it was dude going to his locker and getting his sack.
Right, yeah.
He says, no, I don't have it. It's in Johnson's underwear. And dude's like,
Right.
what?
I just never thought of that as a stoner
That's
movie.
because you're a millennial, dude.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You know, you just don't.
Unfortunately.
You don't go back that far, man.
Hey, I watched it. I remember
Dude,
I've
I
seen it
loved it.
plenty of times, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was before my time. But
Super Troopers, Rolling Kansas, Doc and Mac.
talking man.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, that is.
Ah!
Oh,
Ah!
I guess it's that time again.
Holy
I know
crap!
what that sound means.
Oh, so.
All right, so it's bean time. All right.
Alrighty. Who do we got?
Nancy.
Perez.
Nancy Perez.
You got yourself some Skunk Works.
Oh, I know Nancy's got to be here.
Nancy, let us know you're here.
Oh, Don, I love that movie. Pineapple Express. Fucking hate Lingers, man. Lingers.
Oh, yeah.
Lingers. I hate Lingers.
Yeah, Chrissy's right. I don't watch a whole lot of movies. I'm usually too busy.
Yeah. I'm glad Nancy won these beans right now. That's awesome. She's going to be excited.
All right.
Okay, and she might not be here because she's out trekking around the Ozarks right now. So
Yes.
I saw her posts.
Mac and Devin go to high school.
Oh, is that it?
Yes.
That's the Snoop Dogg. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I couldn't think of it.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So I think my favorite stoner movie has to be the one I'm watching at the time.
The one right there. Because we're watching ourselves.
Yeah, hey, that, you know what? My favorite stoner movie's Top Shelf with
Yeah.
Big B and Zach. It's not really a movie, but if you put them all together, Jay and Silent Bob. Hey, anybody remember? It's not a stoner movie, but it kind of is. Remember the fucking McKenzie brothers?
McKenzie Brothers.
Strange Brew.
Yep.
No, I don't
Remember Strange Brew? Michael, Big Lebowski. Now you're singing my song, brother.
Yeah, Chrissy put me on blast on that one. The Trailer Park Boys.
Dude, I love the Trailer
Yeah.
Park Boys, man. I'm gonna tell you what, Bubbles is my boy.
Hey,
Bubbles is
I
the
love
smartest
Bubbles.
son of a bitch
Have you
of
heard
all
his
of them,
music?
dude. Yeah.
He's got some.
Did you
awesome
see?
songs.
Did you see the special where he actually got to get up and play with Rush?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that's his band, Rush.
Yeah.
So, dude, look, man. I was literally watching the Trailer Park Boys before their shit got released here.
Really?
It was, yeah. I was on remember MySpace?
Yes.
Dude, I was on MySpace and I'm like, got these friends and, you know, we're chatting and I'm like, whoa, I see these plants and I'm like, whoa, that's a pretty cool trailer you got there with all those plants. And they're like, well, that's a movie prop. I'm like, what do you mean? And so they start telling me, and they were from Canada, and they're like, well, I'll send you some DVDs. So they sent them to me, and then like a year later, they got them at Hastings in Lawrence.
Oh yeah.
And so, yeah, but that was cool. I had
Yeah.
the first 3 seasons. Dude, those guys are nuts, man. Ricky
Yeah.
is,
Oh yeah. Did you know?
I know people like that,
the
man.
old man, he passed away.
Yeah, Mr. Leahy.
Yeah. He
Mr.
was one of
Leahy
my.
passed away.
He was one of my favorite characters on there. He was hilarious.
What about the cheeseburglar, baby?
Yeah. Oh man, that show. You know they were down here like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Randy was down here.
Really? Oh
Randy
my
was
God.
here.
Yeah, the
So,
cheeseburglar.
yeah.
You remember when they were robbing the ATM at in the middle of the night, and Corey and Trevor comes zipping up on a moped. They got wheels on the front of their snowmobile. They got wheels on the front of their snowmobile because there's no snow, and that's how they get around.
Yeah.
So they go, come rip it up on the snowmobile, and they're all trying to be quiet. He's like, what the fuck you doing, man? I'm sorry for messing up, Ricky. You know, that dude,
Yeah.
I just love that show. It's so stupid.
The Animal House, that's a good one too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Knocked
How
out.
high, Don?
Yeah.
How high is real?
Don knows them all, man.
Yeah.
Saw Don out there, man.
Yeah, we saw Don. Don was in the video, wasn't he?
Yeah, Don, you were in the video. Did you see it, man?
Yeah, we'll
We
post.
had a Don Mega Candid.
If you missed either of the videos tonight, they'll be loaded up on YouTube afterwards. Make sure to check them out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what, man? We love coming here with you guys. Don't forget to like our page, share our page. If you're on YouTube or Twitch, hit us up there. And yeah, man, just if you like what we're doing, go on and give us a review on there.
Yeah,
Tell people about it. Tell people what you like about our show. Anyway,
All that stuff helps us out. Lets us
Hell yeah.
keep doing what we're doing and keep giving stuff away like we're giving away. All those numbers help us, guys.
and we got some really cool shit coming up.
Yeah.
We got some good giveaways, and next week, little pre-show here. I got my test results back for my terpene profiles and my potency on the bee cookies, on the LA Pure, on my Fruity Pebble OG, and on my SR71 Purple Kush. And I'm gonna have those here next week, and I'm gonna have a friend of mine here who it's kind of his wheelhouse, and he's gonna break down the terpene profiles and talk to us about what they mean and educate us on you know, exactly how to read, because there's going to be some testing laboratories opening up here pretty soon, and you're going to be wanting to take your stuff in and get it tested, and there's some things you need to know about that process and how to read the results and what they mean. So that's going to be a great show next week. And also we have another installment of Growing Dank. I'm pretty sure by the time we film this next episode of Growing Dank for next week that I'm going to be taking cuttings.
Yep.
So this next one's going to be about taking cuttings.
Yeah.
I've already got some of the garden of the gift of the gods that's showing sex. I've got a female. I got me a girl. So saw that this morning. I was pretty happy about that. So yeah, it's going to be a cool episode. And what'd you think about Stewart over here on the news?
Yeah. So we're gonna.
What was that old? What was that old show? Something or trash or either keep or whatever.
No,
Should
don't
we
give
keep
him
it?
that option.
Should we?
What do you guys
Instagram? Yes, we have Instagram, Don.
I was nervous. I'm gonna do better next time.
Oh, you
Oh
did
no,
great, man.
I thought you did.
Yeah.
I thought you did fucking banging. I'm sorry, freaking banging, dude. So yeah.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
You know what that means?
Shout out to Can Convict Project.
Oh, yeah.
Always. Love
Yeah.
them.
Yes.
Love what they're doing. Chris and Christina, the best.
Absolutely, no, that's all cool. Hey, you know what? One of the coolest moments I had out there this weekend was meeting Seth Wigington,
Yes.
and yeah, I look forward to getting to know him. He's a really cool cat. He's an OG, man. He did 6 years, I believe, on a 24-year sentence for cannabis. It's bullshit.
Glad he's home.
Damn it! Okay, everybody. You know what? Plan often, grow happy, and stay lifted. Peace out. Catch you next week.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
That was perfect. That was snow.